Welcome back to another episode of Game Time. I'm Maggie Hale.
And I'm Maya Peterson.
Usually this show is very upbeat and fun to watch, but as we come to you live on Monday afternoon, it's with news I never thought I'd have to present. Yesterday morning, just after 10, Kobe Bryant, along with his daughter Gianna, passed away in a helicopter crash. There were 7 other passengers on board and no survivors.
This news was heartbreaking for myself as Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna set forth a legacy within the NBA and WNBA. He served as an activist for diversity within the NBA and equality within the WNBA. On and off the court, he served his community through several charities, one being the Kobe and Vanessa Bryant Family Foundation, and as a great father as he will leave behind his 3 daughters.
This news was heartbreaking for myself, as you said. I think the best way to remember Kobe by is his off-court behavior. His love for his family and mini-me Gianna was too great to measure. He knew he was great, but he didn't act that way, and right. I think that's the best quality to have. He inspired many people along his way in becoming one of the greatest players of basketball and an even greater man within his community. Yesterday, I attempted to explain how great of a man Kobe was and the inspiration he'll continue to provide.
Well, I learned that you have to work hard and you have to approach the game with a serious mindset. There's a step up from high school, and I understand that. So therefore, every time I step on a basketball court, I'm going to put a strong effort out there on the floor. I'm not going to leave anything on the floor.
Kobe Bryant took a leap of faith in 1996. After graduating with the National Player of the Year award from Lower Merion High School, he declared himself eligible for the NBA draft. He went 13th pick to the Charlotte Hornets and was traded to the Lakers before the season started. At the young, eager age of 18, he became the youngest player of his time. 2 years later, he became the youngest to ever compete in the All-Star game. By the time Bryant turned 23, he'd already won 3 consecutive NBA championships with Shaquille O'Neal by his side. From 2005 to 2007, he led the league in scoring and became the MVP in 2008. In the 2019 season, he averaged 32.4 points a game and became the MVP again after a 7-game series win over the Boston Celtics. In 2016, Kobe Bryant announced his retirement and began his farewell tour. During his career, he won 5 NBA titles, as well as 2 Olympic gold medals. While he was out of the league, he continued to make an impact on the game with his short film, Dear Basketball, and his 2018 book, The Mamba Mentality: How I Play. But on the morning of January 26th, the life of a legend was cut short.
For somebody who's a new father, who has a baby girl, I'm not going to say prayers and condolences because I don't even know how you capture this moment, man.
The 41-year-old Kobe Bryant, along with his 13-year-old daughter Gigi, were on their way to a girls' basketball game when the unimaginable happened. The helicopter carrying the 2 and 7 others crashed in a valley of Calabasas, California. There were no survivors. As he is remembered today and for decades to come, he's still making an impact on players, young and old.
He was just an all-around amazing basketball player. He just inspired everyone.
I had a pretty bad knee injury, and I ended up tearing several muscles in my knee, and I shattered my kneecap in several places as well. That time, there was a documentary that had came out called Kobe's Muse, and it was basically just his story. It was Kobe's story. Being pretty much not able to go anywhere or do anything and just sitting at my house and watching that documentary over and over and over and over again. He's the reason why I decided to continue playing sports. He's the reason why I pushed through and made the decision to not give up and to not let an injury set me back.
Kobe made a lot of players want to play like him. He was very inspirational to some NBA players that are in the league right now. Some kids that are coming up from high school and college. Kobe played hard. His work ethic was crazy, and he was a good man off the court and on the court. So yeah, he'll be very well missed.
Please join us in a 24-second moment of silence for Kobe and Gianna.
While Kobe Bryant is no longer with us, his legacy remains in every soul he inspired. Bryant should serve as a lesson to everyone on earth. Tomorrow is not promised. Appreciate your time with friends and family, and work a little harder on the court or at work, but always remember to live it to the fullest. One will never know when your time is up.
Kobe Bryant served as a leader not only for the Lakers, but for rising players as well. LeBron James, Jason Tatum, Josh Christopher, and more have studied and modeled their game after the man himself. From his Mamba mentality to his perpetual work ethic. 5-time NBA champion, 18 NBA All-Star appearances, 34 game-winning shots, 33,643 total points, 3 All-Star MVPs, and 2 Finals MVPs. There's strength in numbers as Bryant will live on as one of the greatest players to ever play.
Many players model their game and attitude after this legend. Players in the NBA, like you mentioned, stretching out to even high schoolers and kids not even old enough to have watched him in action. Don't just take my word for his greatness. Let's take a look at some of Kobe's all-time best plays.
Let's hear it for number 24, Kobe Bryant. Be in my heart, and I sincerely appreciate it. No words can describe how I feel about you guys. Mamba out.
Many people and organizations have took it upon themselves to pay their respects to one of the greatest ever to do it. Yesterday, teams all over the NBA honored Bryant as they took 24-second violations and 8-second violations to honor his jersey numbers. While Trae Young wore a number 8 jersey as his ode to Kobe, and many other players wrote Mamba for life on their sneakers to show their respect for the NBA legend, Kobe Bryant.
It's even hitting close to home with the Mavericks. Mavs owner Mark Cuban announced that no Mavericks player will ever wear the number 24 again. His legacy has forever changed the game and changed the way players will play. If you take one thing away from Bryant's passing, remember that nothing is promised and to leave a legacy you'd be proud of. Thank you for joining us on this heartbreaking edition of Game Time. I'm Maggie Hale.
And I'm Maya Peterson.